if you're in the command center, you shoot all the command center scenes for all 4 to 5 episodes. So it's like everything in each location. But I just remember, like, I always think about the Wild Wild West episode, and it was only because we weren't ourselves. They went in, Kimberly went in the past, and she met our great uncle, aunt, whatever.
Wild West.
Wild West episode, yes. And so it was just funny because I don't know why we thought the Wild West we were all gonna have a Southern accent. Like I was like, what are we doing? And every time someone would talk, there was some really bad decisions. But every time somebody would talk, we would just laugh. Like we were just dying laughing the whole episode. So that was always one of my faves. And we got to ride horses, and we were just doing all the things that we never got a chance to do. So I guess that was my favorite one. Today, tomorrow I'll say something different.
I would like to say one. As I said, I've been revisiting it, and one of my favourite episodes at the moment is when RJ becomes a ranger, so this is for Jungle Fury Rangers. The reasons that I like it are because of the lessons in it, and family is so important, standing up for yourself, working together as a team, realising that sometimes we can't do all, and that we need to talk about it, and then we can achieve what we need to achieve, but then relying on the team again. Another reason that I really loved it is because we're filming on New Zealand's beaches. We're filming, and they are gorgeous, and that's the black sand beaches. It's just so beautiful, and then we got to film in the forest, and the memories of that was so fantastic. And I think that the story, and I think it's 21 minutes or 28 minutes, they got to do such a wonderful job, the writers did, of incorporating all of the characters. Like, they put RJ in prison, and so we've got Camille, we've got the baddies with the Daishi. Like, there was so much going on in that episode, yet it seems super seamless. And then we've got, so that's the characters, that's the locations, and then just as humans, I adore David. And so to have him kind of come in that ranger capacity, and what a good job he had done. Like, it was just so fantastic. And working with both Jason and Elgin there, it was such a fantastic time in the shooting process because we're kind of halfway through. We'd really established our personal connections, and I can just see that on the screen. Like, we know each other, and it plays in with the characters. So to me, at the moment, it could be different tomorrow. That is my favorite episode right now for all of those reasons.
Would you just freaking sit and listen to your voice?
The next thing I was going to say is, I really wish they let you use your normal voice on the show. Like your show, it's great, but I feel like just use your real voice.
It's so cute. You know, I typically say there's a couple of episodes that stand out to me, but today I was thinking about, I was like, wait a minute, let me just go through it. My Halloween episode was pretty fun because I didn't have to wear yellow. I don't think. No, I was in a white dress, and I got to do some really strange things. You know, I was like a monster. It was completely out of my element, and it was just fun. It was just something that was different.
Yeah.
So that was really, really fun. I got to do all these crazy faces and different voices and all of that. So that was really fun. But I always have to say another song and dance, because we got on everyone's nerves, Jason, Frank, and I, because we sang when the cameras were on and when the cameras were off. And they were like, shut up! They were like, would you like some celery? No. It was fun. It was fun. Another song and dance was great. And the funny thing about that is Jason did not want to sing. He was petrified because he was like, I can't sing. And I was like, you don't have to be on key. Nobody cares. Yes, that was part of it. And then when he started singing, he just wouldn't shut up. So it was fun. Yeah, it was fun. Thank you for the question.
I know it's always tied, like our favorite episodes are tied to like personal fun. Like we were dying, And you're right, like we'll get a different one. You guys will spark a memory, and I'm like, oh my god, I love that episode. Like you forget about it. Like there are seriously times I've seen Power Ranger episodes, and I don't even remember doing that. Because I mean, think about it, it was like 30 years ago. So it's like, what do you remember 30 years ago? Most of you are 30. So think about it, you don't remember. And so when you see it, it's like, I mean, obviously I was there. That is me. So it sparks a memory, and then you're like, oh my gosh, that's so great, and so now I got a new favorite episode.
Put that so sure.
Sorry.
So I'll share my favorite one, and it actually kind of corresponds with Nakia's, where I got to play a character outside of my element, which was Astronomer, our villain. So it's Invasion of the Body Switcher, and I got to be Eagle. And any time that you get to be something that you're not, bubblegum, fun, whatever, it was so much fun. In fact, I think I took it a little too far, where the director is like, that was good, but this is Power Rangers. Scared the kids. Yeah, it's not a thriller. And so, but I had a lot of fun. I kind of just embraced the Rita Repulsa with Astronomer and kind of came up with my own little thing. So that I would have to say is my that's cool. Yeah.
All right. My favorite episode was probably the 5th Crystal, and we had an actress named Shannon Wells who was on with it that played my grandmother, and she was like super athletic. Her character was like back when she was younger, super athletic. Like she comes in the fight where we get into the warehouse, she comes in with a hockey stick. And I'm Canadian, so I was like, yeah, and plus right? And then my grandmother, my real grandmother, played field hockey for Guyana, which both my parents and my family is from Guyana, which is on the top of South America. So she played for like the country, and so I just thought they really knew how to incorporate our real personalities, I think, into our roles, and that kind of helped me play it better. I didn't do any acting before I did Power Rangers, so I did like extra work and stuff like that, and I got tapped heart lead on a couple of shows, and I was union, but I didn't. That was a really, really fun show. That one, and the episode with Mike Chat, where he gets bullied by a bully. I can't remember what it's called.
Up to the challenge.
Up to the challenge?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
There was one episode where Mike wore a blue shirt. Oh, it was this one.
Yeah, that one, exactly. So, and he thought the bully was actually David Leitch, who directed The Fall Guy, and is like, and Bullet Train, and he's like doing so much.
Everybody was on Power Rangers at some point.
Right?
Like all the big,
Yeah. And so, but actually watching Mike fight, like, because he's like 10-time world champion, and like he's like extraordinary martial artist. Watching him actually get to do his stuff, they let him fight outside of the suit a lot because he deserved it. So I don't know. There's like you guys said, that's today. I don't know. I'll have to like get little memories of other episodes. And, thank you for the question.